Hey guys, it's Cassie, and I have a couple things to share with you today. And one of the things is about last week's tutorial that I sent you on how to make a spinner that you can use in your class with your students. But I got a lot of emails from teachers saying that they couldn't make it work because they didn't have PowerPoint. So I played around with it and I figured out a hack that you can use, and I'm going to share that with you at the end. So if you couldn't get last week's spinner to work, then stick around and I'll show you that. It's quick and easy. The other thing I want to talk to you today about is these digital activities that have interactive, movable parts. So sometimes you have an activity that you make for your students and you want them to be able to drag answers or something, but you don't want them to be able to drag or type or delete even the other stuff. So there's nothing worse than you spending this time making this really cool activity and then the students just accidentally delete parts and then they don't know how to complete the activity. So I'm going to show you that too. Before I show you that stuff, I wanted to tell you about the whole teacher conference that's coming up in a little over a month, and it is going to be amazing, probably the best conference of the entire summer. And so I wanted to share with you a few of the sessions that I thought looked amazing and that were on technology. So there's one called Upgrade Yourself Using Screencast, Setting Up Google Classroom for a New Year, the Do's and the Don'ts, Tech Skills for Teachers, Creating a Virtual Escape Rooms to Demonstrate Understanding. This is the one that I'm definitely going to be at. How to Teach an Online Math Lesson Using Virtual Manipulatives, Easy and Free Tech Tools, Digital Interactive Notebooks. There's so much more. And there are live panels, and guess who gets to be on the live panel about easy ways to integrate technology. So I'm a little bit nervous about that, but excited that maybe I get to talk to some of you in a real kind of face-to-face way. And one more thing is that you get a ton of freebies. In fact, there are almost 3 times as many freebies in value as the price of the conference. So if you haven't checked out the Whole Teacher EclecticCon 2020, make sure you click and check it all out. Okay, so I'm back to finish showing you how you can make some interactive activities for your students without them messing up all your hard work. So here I have an activity where our students are going to be using these green number tiles to make number sentences, and then they're going to use the leftover number tiles to make their own with these operators. So I want them to drag the numbers into here to make number sentences, and I want them to drag these operators down here to make more number sentences, but I don't want them to drag the plus signs or the table or the text boxes. I don't want them to do anything with that. I want it all to be frozen. The only thing I want movable are these things and these things. So I'm going to show you how to do that, how you can freeze the parts you don't want movable and keep the parts that you do want movable, movable. So in my activity, the only things I want movable are the cards. So I'm going to put a box around those. Google is real sensitive about what you select. I didn't think I selected that purple guy, but I did. If you press the Shift key and click, it will unselect that. So now all I have is this, and I'm going to drag it off of my slide over onto the side. Same thing with these operators. I'm going to grab them and drag them. And now everything I have left on the slide, I want to keep on the slide, and I don't want the students to move it. Okay, so there's 2 steps. The first step is to save this as an image. So I'm going to click over here. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Download. And I'm going to download it as a PNG image. It'll automatically download it to your downloads, and there it is, but you can find it in your downloads. So the next step is we want that image to become the background. So it's like a background picture instead of text boxes and all of that. So how you do that is over here in the slide sorter, right click, and then choose Change Background. Right now it just has a white background, but we want to have an image. So I'm going to click Choose Image. And then I'm going to upload it from, you guessed it, your downloads. So let me go find my downloads. Okay, and there it is. You can see the picture. So I'm going to double click it. It's going to insert, then I'm going to click Done. And now it's the background, but it doesn't look any different because the foreground stuff is still here. But you can delete it all. So I'm going to just put a box around everything to delete it, make sure I'm not deleting my operators or my number cards. If you press Control A, it will select everything that is still on the screen. So I did delete everything. All of this is deleted. Can't click it or move it anymore. So the last thing I want to do is just get my movable parts back onto the slide. So I'm going to put a box around them, just drag them right back on. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, put a box around them and drag them right back on. So now when you share this with your students, they can no longer move or delete any of the directions or the other things that you don't want them to do and mess up all of your hard work. So I hope you can use that. And if you do, I want you to share it with me so I can see what you did. And finally, back to the spinner from last week. So here is the straight up Google Slides version. You don't have to have PowerPoint for it. So it's going to work basically the same way. You can click in these text boxes and change your students' names. If you don't have 30 students, just make some of them say spin again or teacher's choice or friend's choice, something like that. Fill in all of them. Now, you don't really have to do anything because I set it up to when you press present, it's going to automatically start spinning. Okay, move your mouse down to the bottom corner and then just let go of it so that those black bars along the bottom will go away, and then it will just be the spinner without that extra stuff, that black navigation bar along the bottom. And so it's spinning and spinning for just a few seconds and then it stops. So what you're going to have to do is use Screencastify to record your screen while it's spinning. And so just open Screencastify, press record, then come in and present it again. Move your mouse out of the way so that bar goes and then let it record. So I can't show you that part because I can't record two things at once, but I did it just a minute ago and I'm going to go in and show that to you. So here is the recording and it just, basically you can see me moving the mouse, the black bar right here going away in just a few seconds. And that happens about right now. So right now the black bar and all of that extra stuff went away. And so I want to only use that part. So I'm going to drag the scissors and then just go to that part where there is no black bar. So there's a black bar. It's hard to see because it's so grayed out. And then I'm going to do the same thing from the back. So I'm going to come and stop it before it is done spinning. So here it's still spinning. So that's probably good. Maybe like that. Okay, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to click Save Trim and trim it. So now I have my video that is only the spin, and it's going to save it automatically to your Google Classroom, which is why Screencastify is so amazing and why I love it so much. So it's saving and trimming my video, and now I have that video to use. And this is the problem with Google Slides. You can't just export it as a video like you can with PowerPoint. But here's my video. It's going, it's going. I can press pause. I can press go, pause to choose my student, play, pause and play. And that's how you're going to do it. So you don't have to use this triangle. You can still use the Bitmoji. Just go to your Bitmoji extension and you can click point to find whichever one you want or whatever Bitmoji that you can find. Copy it, paste it, and you can use that instead of the arrow. You can delete the arrow or whatever you want to do to make it your own, and then it's ready to go. So when you want to use your spinner, you can insert it on a slide as a video, and that's super easy too. You probably already know how to do that. Just click Slide, New Slide, and we're going to insert it. So Insert, and then we're going to go to Video, and we're going to go into the Google Drive and find it there. So let's click it, click Select, and there's our video. It squishes it for some reason, but you can just drag it till it looks right, like that. And then when you're ready to use it, you can just show this slide and you can press play and pause and play and pause in order to choose your students randomly. So if you don't have PowerPoint, then you can use this Google hack, and you can also create yourself some movable interactive activities, but make sure you show me what you do because I'm curious. You can send me a screenshot or whatever. And I hope you have fun making things, and I know your kids will love you for it. Bye.